Okay, so I'm back with part 2. So y'all, after the waitress came back, I ended up having to pay for the food because this man was not coming back to the table. He was already gone. So y'all, I ended up getting home and I'm like, damn, like what happened? So I'm looking at his Facebook page, I'm checking all his social media pages, and this nigga done blocked me off of every last one of them. So then a couple days later, I get a text from my baby daddy. And in the text message, he was like, damn, that's what you get. So then he sent me a bunch of laughing emojis. So I'm like, what are you talking about? The next thing you know, I get a phone call from my baby daddy. So I pick up and I'm like, what's up? Like, what's so funny? And he was like, you know that dude you've been talking to for months? I'm like, yeah, what's up? He was like, yeah, I sent my homeboy to go set you up. So I'm like, what you mean you sent your homeboy to set me up? He was like, remember how you was telling this nigga like you really liked him and how you thought you was gonna fall in love with him and how he was saying all that lovey-dovey shit? He said, yeah, I got your ass recorded. And I'm like, what you mean you got me recorded? Then he goes and he sends me a video. So remember when I told you dude was recording videos and I thought he was recording like the food and the scenery and shit? Whole time this nigga was recording me, making a joke out of me. And then my baby daddy was basically like, I sent my homeboy over there to go play you. And he was like, when he went to the bathroom, he actually left. He was like, I came to pick him up. And he was like, don't you ever play with me like that. And then he told me to go cry in a corner. Bitch, when I say I was so embarrassed and I was so sad, because I was really vibing with this nigga and I really thought this nigga was cool. Whole time my baby daddy sent this man up to my job, had this nigga play me like we was really gonna be something. And then he dipped off on me and I had to pay that $300 check. So let me tell y'all about this story when my baby daddy had set me up. So me and my baby daddy, we had been broken up for a couple of months. So I just remember this one day, this dude had came into my job. And then from there, I kept seeing him coming up there, you know, like every now and again. And then one day we ended up talking. So the dude was cool or whatever. So we ended up exchanging numbers. So I'm talking about me and this dude was on the phone every single day, like day in and day out. This nigga was so cool. We ended up vibing. And then one day, this nigga asked me if I wanted to go on a date with him. So I'm like, yeah, that's cool or whatever. So mind you, this nigga had his shit together. When I say this nigga had a nice ass car, this nigga claimed he had a nice ass place because I never went to his place. But he really had his stuff together. So I remember this one day, he invited me out to go to this restaurant. Mind you, it was an expensive ass restaurant. It was a nice ass little restaurant. So he basically told me like he was going to pay for dinner. And I'm like, cool. So we get there or whatever and we ordering food. This man was like, get whatever you want. I don't care what you get whatever you want. So bitch, I'm talking about I'm ordering shit and I'm talking about that shit was expensive. So I just remember at one point he ends up taking out his phone. So from the phone angle, I wasn't really paying no attention to it. But whole time this nigga was recording me and I didn't know he was recording me. So then he ends up flagging down a waiter and he was like, hey, I want to order some more food. He was like, can we get some more food for her kids? So he told me to go ahead and order some shit for my kids, order some takeout food for myself. And he was like, get whatever you want. So bitch, at this point, I'm ordering whatever I wanted. He was like, get some food that's going to last for at least 2 days. Bitch, I'm talking about I'm ordering a bunch of shit. And he got more shit than I did. But then he was like, let me take a picture of this because he wanted to put it on his social media page. I'm like, cool. I wasn't tripping about it. He was paying for the shit. I didn't care. So then next thing you know, he recorded and he gets up and then he was like, I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. So bitch, I'm still trying to finish my plate of food. And I noticed that 10 minutes passed. 20 minutes passed. This nigga ain't came back to the table. So I'm like, maybe he had a phone call, so he had to go into the bathroom for a little bit of privacy. Bitch, after 30 minutes then passed, I pick my phone up and I text him. I'm like, you good? No response. So I called this nigga and it was like, the number you have reached is disconnected or no longer in service. Bitch, what you mean? The number I have reached is disconnected and no longer in service. So then next thing you know, an hour passed. This nigga still ain't came back to the table. The waiter come back and was like, is everything okay? Would y'all like y'all check? So I'm like, nah, just give it a couple of minutes and then you can bring the check back. Because I'm waiting for him to pay for the shit that he said he was going to pay for. Mind you, it's a bunch of food on the table. So the next thing you know, I'm talking about an hour and 30 minutes passed and I'm like, this nigga then dipped out and left. So she comes back with the check. I looked at the check, that shit say $300. I'm like, I could pay for my food. But this nigga didn't order a bunch of food too. Not only that, this nigga had some takeout food that he took with him. So bitch, I'm gonna have to come back for a part 2. Y'all wanna know what kind of females I can't be friends with? The ones that think that it's okay to use a man for their money. I remember I used to be cool with this one girl. And every time she would try to put me on with a dude that she was talking to, she was like, oh, he got money. Yeah, girl, you talk to him because he got money. And look, I've been in a relationship with a man that paid for everything. Baby, even though he paid for everything and I could get whatever I wanted, baby, I was being controlled. I don't like nobody telling me what to do, when I can do it, and when I can do it. I don't like that. And I see a lot of these women that date dudes for their money, and they always going through some type of emotional trauma. Not even just that, they're being highly controlled and really can't do nothing. I don't know why so many females think that it's okay to just date a dude because he got money, or everybody want a rich nigga. Baby, I come with my own money. I work hard and make my own money because I can spend it how I want to. Nobody can tell me what I can do with my money. I don't know. It just kind of rubbed me a wrong way. And it made me look at a person differently. Like, this person is really out here using somebody for their money. I don't know. To me, it just says a lot about you and what kind of person you truly is. And the things that you would do to get what you need. So then it made me feel like, damn, like, would you do that to me? Would you use me? Would you use me for my money? Then my thing is, y'all try to make men that work these regular jobs, these regular 9-to-5 jobs, y'all try to make them feel bad. I just feel like a lot of women can't think for themselves. A lot of women be feeling like they want to just sit around, not do anything, and want somebody else to take care of them. I'm that type of female. I can't do none of that. I done did that, done that, baby. I like to make my own bread.
Some of y'all don't feel the cops enough for me. What do you mean? You have a CPN issue. You apply for a house with a CPN. Fraudulent, by the way. The leasing office calls your ass and tells you, baby, we know basically this is not your information. Come get this fixed. You're making videos about this. People are telling you, girl, just pack your stuff and leave. You say you're not scared of the cops. You just gonna cooperate. Then you call the man who said CPN. And he's telling you, bro, you good. I do this all the time. This is how I make my money. You good. You good. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'm going to call you when I walk up in there. He said, call me for what? That wasn't no red flag. Then you walk up in that leasing office and you said, I'm here for the CPN issue. Girl. First of all, to be like broadcasting this to everybody. And then second of all, you go on live while you walk up in there talk about, I'm here for the CPN issue. Then you talk about, ooh, there's cops here. Girl. You going to jail. You going to prison. And then you try to tell us or cover your ass like about, I don't know what a CPN is. I don't know. People on my TikTok saying it's some fraudulent. Girl, Google is free. If someone else had to apply for your housing without your information, baby, you knew it was fraudulent. You talk about, okay, well, can I reapply with my own information? Girl.
When will I be set free from the Love Island season 7 cast? When will I be set free? I feel like I have not found peace or freedom since the minute I tuned into that season. I have not found peace. Months later and we're still on this. Guys, I blocked all the Islanders on